Julia, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm your AU President this year and I'm running to be your Activities and Development Officer.
Got that. Okay, and why are you running?
I'm running because I have invested a lot into this university so far. I have a good experience with Liberation and I want to continue my progress in Liberation throughout the Students' Union.
And if you have one priority next year, one thing you want to achieve above all others, what would that be?
I think it would be establishing the arts network even more so than this year, maybe setting up a committee and so we can try and create a bit of an arts community.
And what kind of events would you like to see in that initiative?
I want to make the Arts Festival a landmark event in the calendar, really get a lot of hype up for it, maybe big performances in the Peacock Theatre and things like that.
So I think it's probably fair to say of all the positions this year, A&D is probably the strongest set of candidates. Obviously you've all got quite a lot of experience within the AU, within the Students' Union. What do you think differentiates you?
I think I have the most experience dealing with the Students' Union. Having been a part-time officer this year, I have experienced the difficulties and the good things about the Students' Union. I know who to go to. I already have a good working relationship with a lot of the staff members of the Students' Union. So I think that would be really in my interests if I get the job.
And you mentioned that you're a part-time officer this year. What's your position on part-time pay and the way that was implemented?
I agree that there should have been a lot more consultation. It's not good enough that there wasn't consultation, it was just implemented and that was really bad. However, I do think there is an argument for being a part-time officer, particularly AU President and RAG President, is a massive time commitment. I absolutely could not have had a part-time job at the same time, and it should be available to all students no matter what their financial situation.
And obviously that was one of known as slightly controversial decisions over a 2-year tenure. The other was, or perhaps the other most controversial, was the rugby decision, i.e. banning the Rugby Club at the end of the year before last, and the conditions with which it was reinstated. What was your view? Should it have been banned or should it not have?
I agree with the decision
to ban it.
To disband the club.
To disband it.
However, I disagree with a lot of the conditions of the reinstatement. For example, they were limited to only one team this year. If you want to create a culture that isn't based on drinking and is based on playing, and you've got too many players for one squad, what are the other people going to do? I think there should have been a lot more consultation with sports people on the decisions and what the conditions should be, because I feel like there are a lot of people who don't understand how sports teams work making those decisions.
Okay, obviously that whole issue highlighted a cultural issue within the AU generally. I think your own club, Women's Rugby, obviously there was an event on Friday teaching I think disadvantaged kids how to play rugby. They've kind of been at the forefront of a different form of culture in the AU. Do you think there is a cultural issue within the Athletics Union, and what would you do to address it if so?
I think there definitely has been. There are definitely lots of negative connotations associated with the AU, some of which are deserved. As AU President this year, I have really championed the AU for All campaign, really tried to promote inclusivity, diversity, female empowerment, and I really think there has been tangible change in the culture of the AU. There's still more to be done, but it's going in the right direction. And
the culture in the Rugby Club specifically, is that where you want it to be, or do you think there's more work to be done?
Again, there's definitely more work to be done, but credit where credit's due, there has been progress made there, and there's been a lot of effort off specific exec members to really try and challenge the culture.
Okay, so let's say you win on Thursday. Best of luck with that. Say you do. What other sabbatical officers would you like to be working with?
I would like, as my General Secretary, I would like to be working with Rayhan. Obviously Jasmina is a given, she's uncontested. I'm really looking forward to working with Jasmina. And I rate 2 C&W candidates. I think Jasmina's Isabel
Yeah.
is incredibly experienced.
Yeah.
Again, she's been a part-time officer, and Reham has a lot to offer as well.
Okay. So obviously you mentioned the arts project, and in terms of societies, is that something you've got a lot of plans for? Is that something you've been involved with previously?
Yeah, so I've been involved in societies. I've been on the executive committee of the Drama Society.
Yeah.
So I do have some insight into the difficulties that societies face. Again, with the Arts Network, I hope to create a community where societies can have that ease of communication. I think having an executive committee running for the AU really helps the community feel. If we could maybe establish a committee for the arts, there'd be much better communication between societies, and they can support each other and communicate better.
And biggest challenge, do you think, if you get it, what would be your biggest challenge next year?
Getting everything I want to get done. It's a very short amount of time, and I want to achieve quite a lot, and the time pressure is definitely going to be the biggest challenge.
Well, thanks very much, Gina.
Right.
That was great.
Good.
Cheers.
Thank you.